Welcome to the Cross the Bridge online course video series. This is the first of 7 video lectures in this course. This video lecture is titled Understanding the Target Group, and thus explores the needs of students with a foreign background. We will briefly look at some contextual information first, which will be followed by experiences of teachers from 3 different countries. The most obvious and defining characteristic of students with a foreign background is their country of origin. Syria was the main country of citizenship of asylum seekers in the EU member states in 2017. A position it has held each year since 2013. The next 2 countries on that list are Afghanistan and Iraq respectively. Most common countries of origin for Mediterranean sea and land arrivals in 2018 were Guinea, Syria, Morocco, Mali and Afghanistan. All of these countries are majority Muslim. Therefore, acknowledging the religious background and its implications is a vital precondition for understanding foreign students. Religion is a matter that deserves utmost respect, and while it means that religious background ought to be taken into account, it also means that each person should be treated as an individual rather than a member of a homogeneous group, which entails not assuming religious beliefs. This also goes for ethnicity and personal beliefs. For example, while in 2007 87% of the Syrian population was Muslim, 74% Sunni and 13% Shia, it is also a home to one of the largest Christian populations in the Middle East, with approximately 12% of the population being Christian. Another vital aspect to be acknowledged is the level of hardships and stress induced by them that sadly is a common characteristic among students with a foreign background. Here is the experience of one German teacher. Students have very different social and cognitive backgrounds. The performance level and capability depends very much on their country of origin, the length of time they have spent in school. For example, were they already literate? Could they ever go to school in the first place? What were the circumstances of the school attendance? Was it fully possible? And this often depends on their gender. Some students had traumatic experiences that they often do not want to talk about. Different things can unsettle them and trigger unforeseen reactions. Homesickness, not only for the country, but mainly for close relatives, is a constant companion for these students. Their cell phone is often the umbilical cord that gives them security. As the students often came alone, or with distant relatives, they have a lack of adult role models. Finding their role in a multicultural and democratic society, where men and women have the same dignity and rights, is often not easy for them. These experiences are supported and further explained by existing literature on the subject. The National Association of School Psychologists explains, refugee children and youth are often traumatized from pre-migration and resettlement experiences. They may have been exposed to violence and combat, home displacement, malnutrition, detention, and torture, Many have been forced to leave their country and cannot safely return home. Some may have come without their parents and without knowing of their health or safety. Psychological stress and traumatic experiences are often inflicted upon these children over months or even years, and many experience some kind of discrimination. Additionally, they often resettle in high poverty and high crime neighbourhoods, increasing exposure to stressful conditions. A teacher from Cyprus comments, "The initial needs of students with foreign backgrounds have to do with the logistics. The students need to have a clear programme of the day's lessons. They need to know where their classes are, and so on. After the first few weeks, the needs of the foreign students have to do with the language that needs to be addressed with intensive language immersion courses." A teacher from Italy adds, "Students with a foreign background might have no idea what the teaching procedure might look like, so it is important to show them how the course is going to be conducted. Some of them might already have some prerequisites, and an effective teaching process will take them into account too." Here are a few points to consider in order to help you understand your target group and facilitate better communication. When faced with challenges that stem from religious or personal beliefs, try to find more information about the student's country of origin, their religion, traditions and beliefs. Show interest and respect. You may even ask them to teach you some words from their language. When faced with challenges related to language, gestures, or communication barriers, you may need a translator. Ask another student or professional, or use a translation software. You may have to do some research about gestures and body language. When dealing with problems tied to homesickness, it may be necessary to ask for professional help, depending on the degree of the problem. Try to create an attractive environment for the student. When students are coping with traumatic experiences or stress, it is important to speak with their parents in order to know what might trigger negative emotions. Use love and compassion and ask for professional help wherever necessary. To recap this video lecture, here are the key points to remember. Acknowledge the background and experiences of students with a foreign background, but do not let these things define them. Pay attention to each student individually and do not hesitate to ask for help. Do your best to establish mutual understanding, even if it requires extra work on your part. Thank you for watching this learning video. We hope you gained some valuable insight. Next time, we will examine the role of the teacher in a multicultural classroom. We remind you to engage with other course material in this unit before proceeding with the video lectures.